Hello and welcome to Nintendo Pals Podcast, I almost said daily, your weekly dive into Nintendo news with a couple of pals. Tonight, we are going to be playing Would You Rather with Switch 2 features, plus covering the latest news, rumors of a new Direct coming before the April Direct. We're talking all of that. Holy cow. Wow. Someone heard Direct and they're ready to go. They gunned it outside my
that was pretty aggressive.
And we're gonna be talking all of that and more. Greetings, fellow Nintendo Pals. My name is Andros, and I am one of the hosts of the Nintendo Pals podcast, the show all about Nintendo and friendship. And I am joined, as I am joined each and every week, by my fellow Nintendo pal, Micah.
Yep.
And Micah, I gotta ask, how the heck are ya?
I'm doing pretty good.
That's good to hear. It's good to hear. You're recovering from our absolute spanking from the Elden Ring boss that we were dealt yesterday.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, we beat a bunch of bosses, and then we got pretty bad
what is my technique for dealing with things? There's an actual word for that. It's to just pretend they never happened. Avoidance.
Avoidance. Nice. Yeah,
I mean,
not nice. That's actually pretty bad, I think, for mental health. But it's Elden Ring, so it's okay. We can use bad mental health practices in Elden Ring, right? Like, what's it gonna do? Divorce you? Like, you're fine. I don't know where I'm going with this, Micah. Do you know what we're doing here tonight?
We do every week.
That's right. We try to take over the world of Nintendo podcasts, and we do that from 5-star reviews. I am struggling. I know. Golly. 5-star reviews help our show get seen by more people. It helps us feel better about ourselves, especially when we're tripping over our words and saying live instead of 5 and messing up the intro. And you know what, Micah? I just need those 5 stars. I just need it, dang it. I need those 5 stars, people. Please leave Nintendo Pals a 5-star review on your podcast listening app of choice. We'll give you a shout out at the start of the show. And if you leave us a written review, we can give you a personalized shout out. Like, hey, insert your name here. Thank you so much for these 5 stars. Just like that. And Micah will say something cool too, like,
oh, wow, thanks.
The absolute delay was so good.
I had to think about it for a while.
So, Micah, we haven't done a Spotify versus Apple in a while. And I just want to give a huge shout out to the absolute dominating lead that Spotify has taken over in the war of 5-star reviews, the great war between Apple and Spotify. Apple has fallen behind. It is at 84 5-star reviews. Spotify is now at 91. I think Spotify is going to get to 100 first. What do you think?
Seems likely.
Yeah. Apple users quaking in their boots right now. Absolutely decimated by those Spotifyers. And we like to pit those two against each other because it's only beneficial for us. just like real war. It's horrible. Not a good joke. Not a good joke. Let's move on. Let's talk about games we're playing. Mike, have you been playing any games lately?
Not too much. I did finish Mario and Luigi Brothership. I think I came in at just under 50 hours.
All right. So the average person would be like 80.
Wow, I did
just so
essentially all the side stuff I could.
Oh, okay, then that's like completionist 50.
Yeah.
Sweet. Okay, now that it's done,
pretty good.
What's your how are you feeling about it? Where's it land on the scoring?
I think I maybe enjoyed it more overall than Echoes of Wisdom.
Gasp. What?
I mean, Echoes of Wisdom was a little more concise, I will say.
It was shorter. Yeah. Okay. All right. That's interesting. That's very interesting.
Of course, it might just be recency bias. Who knows?
But what would you give it on like on a 10 scale? How many yeps out of 10 yeps? Or yeps? Yep.
I'd say about 8.5.
Okay, an 8.5 on the yup scale.
I feel like it needed some more bro abilities. Because you essentially get one every like 10 hours. Which means you're using one of them for a while.
Yeah.
And then the last two kind of take extra long to use. And at times it's like, I mean, I've already done this quite a bit. I don't really want to do it again. Kind of.
You know what else? I feel like this game needs multiplayer co-op.
Yeah, they should just make a full-fledged co-op.
Yeah, Mario and Luigi, like a couch co-op game. Hello?
Because they have some cool parts where you just have Luigi stand by a button and smack it, I guess, while you're doing things. But it just makes me think they could have done co-op.
It could have been, yeah. And it would be cool. It'd be fun. Well, that's cool. Any other games you want to talk about that you've been playing?
I think that's mostly it.
You only played Brothership this week?
I have to think. I haven't done too much gaming. Yeah, I think it's essentially Mario and Luigi Brothership. Now I get this cool picture when I start up the game that you can't see because it's like crazy bright.
Yeah. I'm sure it's beautiful.
It's awesome.
Well, that's great. For me this week, I also was a little lighter on the gaming this week. I played some Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, played a little bit of Mario Party, and I mean, I feel like I did a lot of gaming, but it was mostly Elden Ring, I guess. Playing that
pretty good session of that
co-op Elden Ring with the boys, and yeah, that's been a lot of fun. Do you think they'll put Elden Ring on Switch too?
I want to say, well,
if the rumors are true and it's at the power level of a PS4, right? That was like rumored a long time ago. Like, oh yeah,
I feel like it's too late. I feel like generally people who are playing Elden Ring now want to have mods, but you need to be doing it on PC.
Oh, I don't think so. Think about look at Nintendo Switch historically, and even like the Wii U.
Elden Ring's no Skyrim. Let's be honest; it hasn't been re-released 14 times already.
Yeah, but think about how many games did get re-released on the Switch.
Yeah,
like
they were mostly Wii U games.
No. I'm talking. No, that is not true. I mean, all the Wii U games got re-released on Switch, but I'm talking like old games that were big like 2 years ago or 3 years ago. I mean, actually, that's no, that's wrong. Like 5 or 10 years ago. Near Automata
Red Dead.
comes to mind. Red Dead. Of course, you've got Skyrim.
But that one doesn't even count.
You've got. I just need to look up third-party re-releases on Switch. I feel like there's a lot. There's like multiple Assassin's Creed games, Alan Wake. I feel like I'm drawing a blank here. I know Baldur's Gate, but that's kind of old.
1 and 2.
Yeah, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. There was the other like Obsidian games. BioShock. Is BioShock Infinite on Switch?
Not that I recall, but I didn't.
Portal.
BioShock.
Portal and Portal 2, right? Maybe not Portal 2, maybe just Portal. No, I think it had both. It
probably
had
both, I think.
But that's what I'm saying is like games that were like best sellers on the previous systems, like the PS3 and Xbox One, all like made their way over to
Elden
Switch.
Ring isn't quite old enough for that kind of treatment.
For Switch 2, though?
I feel like it's not quite old enough, but it's not new enough either. It's right in that middle zone.
Especially if it is at the power level of a PS4, because Elden Ring is on the PS4. So if the PS4 can handle it, then the Switch 2 should be able to. I could see them doing it. And I could see there being like a market for it because there are a lot of Switch only people like me, except I'm not anymore. I have a PC. So.
Yeah.
But for the longest time,
traitor,
I was a Switch only gamer.
I don't know. I think I might find it more likely that they put Elden Ring Night Rain
on Switch 2.
Switch 2.
That would also be really cool. Oh yeah, we got No Man's Sky.
I just kind of feel like Elden Ring isn't old enough for the nostalgia to be there yet for people to be like, oh man, I want to buy this on the Switch 2 to play through it again.
Oh yeah, and they also did Dark Souls on the Switch
true.
As well, but they didn't do 2 or 3. So maybe that's what we'll get on Switch 2. This Dark Souls 2 and Dark Souls 3.
And 3.
Bloodborne. Yeah, Bloodborne. That'd be interesting. I could see it.
Yeah,
and
I could see it, but I just doesn't seem like they'd go through all the effort.
And then we'll get Final Fantasy 7 remake, and it'll all come full circle. Back on Nintendo, baby. Except Final Fantasy 7, the original, was the first game not on Nintendo systems. Because they needed those discs. You had to have multiple discs for a game that big with that many blocky textured people. Come on, man. I plan to play. I will probably play this tomorrow. Dead Cells, because it's on the game trial right now. There was another game.
One.
There was another game.
For some reason, that game didn't really hook me. Like I played it a bit and like played through the loop.
Yeah.
But I never felt compelled to like keep beating the game, even though it does unlock more things.
Yeah. What else is there? I feel like there's been something else. Mostly I've just been looking at games to get more than playing anything. Our good friend, podcast buddy, Sean Capri, always said that there's 2 hobbies. There's game collecting and there's game playing. And maybe I'm entering the stage of more collecting than playing, at least this past couple weeks, because I just haven't had time to play. But yeah, my library is getting huge, especially like the Switch. I have so many Switch games, and I have games I should and could play, but I just haven't played them. Still haven't touched Pikmin 4. Still haven't touched
What?
Brothership.
You still haven't even bought
I haven't.
Metroid Prime Remastered.
Yeah, and I haven't finished Echoes of Wisdom either.
Yeah, you really got to finish that.
Yeah. Here's the thing, though, is like I just kind of just gravitate back towards the games that I always play, which is Tears of the Kingdom and Tears of the Kingdom. I play a lot of Tears of the Kingdom. Yeah. But that's because I'm streaming. Like I'm playing Tears of the Kingdom on stream more than offline ever. So yeah, it's weird. It's weird being a streamer. I mean, I'm not a streamer, but I am a streamer. You know, I'm not a full time.
This one
It's just
who
what I'm a hobbyist, a streaming hobbyist. But you play games for that, and it's like not the same as playing games on your own. Speaking of, it's interesting. This week, I for the first time have been streaming multi-platform. I streamed to TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time, simultaneously. I said that like it was one sentence, but I meant like just to emphasize my point because those mean the same thing. Same time and simultaneously. All at once. Together. Yeah. And it was good. It was fun. I had a lot of people out of every chat room. YouTube was the chattiest. So that's fun. TikTok had the least amount of chatters, but I got the most likes on my stream. People just going in and giving it a like and then keeping on scrolling. I'm guessing it's just like through, like you're just scrolling through, my stream pops up and they're like, that's cool. And they thumbs up it. Because it said I had like 2,000 likes.
It's pretty good.
Yeah. But I only ever had at like one time watching, at least what it was showing me was like six people. I'm like, that's weird. Where did these 2,000 likes come from? I did stream for a while, so and it was a lot of fun. I had a great time, and I'm pumped to do it some more. And in fact, after we finish recording this, I plan to stream some more. Anywho, like, why don't we jump into the news? Talk some games we're playing. I don't think there's anything else we need to do, icebreaker wise. Let's get into the meat and potatoes of the episode. No news. First off, I already mentioned this, but we've got new game trials that are out right now. If you are hearing this, you probably have missed them. It is Moving Out 2 and Dead Cells, and we'll probably see another one. They seem like they're putting these out about once a month now, so get that 1 week game trial to try out a game. I tried Cursed Golf recently from the game trials and really liked that game, and now it's wish listed for me. I assume the same thing will happen with Moving Out 2. I think I already have that or the first one, so I don't want to get that again. But great game, very fun party game. What else we got in the news, Micah?
They have brought back what's your favorite chocolate in Splatoon 3 for a Splatfest. So they got dark, milk, and white chocolate, of course.
And what is your favorite chocolate, Micah?
White chocolate.
Why?
Because it's the best. You got the cookies and cream. Yeah. Peppermint. What more could you possibly need? I just remember those are up there from Christmas.
Those are only good because they have other things in them. White chocolate by itself is not very good.
Neither is milk chocolate.
No, milk chocolate by itself is great.
You're telling me you just eat plain milk chocolate?
Yes.
That's insane.
That's not insane.
And you should feel bad.
That's so normal. That's so normal. Chocolate
No.
bars. They sell chocolate bars. There is no.
Does anyone actually buy them
Yes.
to eat plain?
Yes. I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. I won't be gaslit.
I mean, I'm pretty sure you're a little crazy. I mean, the only reason you buy chocolate bars is for s'mores.
No.
The whispered,
No.
it can't be.
It's impossible.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Star Wars.
I was like, what? It seemed so familiar. That's what it was.
But like chocolate bunnies at Easter time or chocolate Santa at Christmas, that's just solid chocolate.
Yeah, and you get them because it's the holiday and you split with your entire family and you never finish it.
How? How do you not? The chocolate's so good.
Is it?
Yeah. I like milk chocolate. Out of these three, milk chocolate's pretty good. White chocolate's the worst of the three. I don't dislike white chocolate. I like white chocolate. But of the three, I mean, gravitate towards that milk chocolate. It's good. Dark chocolate, also pretty good. But a little, it's like, I like dark chocolate because it's not as sweet. You know? Like sometimes you want chocolate, but it's not as sugary. Just like tastes a little bit.
Do you eat plain dark chocolate?
Yes. Yeah.
Weird.
Those little like Girdelli squares you could get like a box of chocolates. Yeah, dark chocolate. Yeah. Yeah, I eat just dark chocolate. The only one of these that I don't just eat like raw straight is white chocolate. The cookies and cream bar, really good, but it's got cookie bits in it. Like as much as cookie bits
those
as
cookie
chocolate.
bits wouldn't even be good, Flame. Think of it like a crunch bar.
No,
the
those
crunch
cookie bits are like
chocolate
those cookie bits are like cookies. Crunch bar? You like a crunch bar better than chocolate bar?
Yes, absolutely.
What?
It's crunch not even close.
Crunch bars are like bottom of the barrel chocolate, brother. That's like
insane.
I'm not insane. That's I can't believe this right now. I feel like crunch bars are like you've eaten everything else. There's crunch bars that's left at the bottom.
I mean, they're like lower tier candy bars, but when compared to a straight chocolate bar, S tier.
Oh yeah.
I'd take a crunch bar over any plain chocolate bar in the world.
I just can't believe that. That's crazy. That's crazy, and I don't think that
you're the crazy one.
I wish I had stats that I could just pull up statistics to see. This is not just for this conversation, but just in general that we could pull up right now and see like what percentage of the world eats just like straight chocolate bars, or have I been thinking all wrong my whole life?
I'm thinking you've been wrong your whole life.
Or are you the one that's been wrong your whole life? And putting crunch bars at a higher tier than a plain chocolate bar. That's wild.
No, that's common.
It's like crunch bars either. I would say like candy is candy. I'll eat candy any day, anytime. Most any candy. Except for Good and Plenty's. I won't eat them Good and Plenty's. That's just black licorice.
They pretend it's something better.
Dude, people love black licorice. My dad,
people
my
think they
father-in-law,
love black licorice.
They love black licorice. My kids like black licorice. I just don't. Are
you sure they're yours?
Yeah.
No offense.
Well, it skips a generation. Apparently, my dad loves it. Yeah, I don't know. Is it some?
They'll grow out of it. I'm sure.
Isn't there like? It's got to be kind of like the cilantro. You know how like a certain percentage of the population when they eat cilantro, it tastes like soap.
Yeah, and what I say to that is they get some delicious soap. Where are you buying the soap?
Well, it's like a genetics thing. So do you think that's the case with like black licorice too? Like it's a genetic.
Some people were just created wrong.
You think everybody that likes cheese was created wrong, man. So
No. They just haven't matured yet.
Haven't matured yet.
As a human being, they're just not as evolved as they could be.
Okay. I'm looking up right now favorite candy stats. Okay. Because we need to know this may not seem like it has anything to do with Nintendo, but it does because the Splatfest is coming up and we need to know who's going to win. Okay. So this here has categories spread out here. First off, if you have to pick like one favorite candy, what's your favorite candy?
My classic go-to is kind of just Snickers. Because they got the little bit of peanut, makes it seem healthy.
Wait, why is this separated by your political affiliation? That's so awesome. It's like 13% of Democrats and 9% of Republicans say Snickers is the best candy. Was this asked in conjunction with like who you're voting for? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, you vote, and then it asks this question immediately afterwards.
What's your favorite candy? Yeah, I don't know. My favorite candy, I do tend to go for I really if I've got to pick one, probably say Twix. I like Twix. They're pretty good, like a cookie bar.
Twix are good. 100 Grand are also pretty good.
Yeah, those are good. Okay, so the top one is Reese's Peanut Butter Cups at 29%. Snickers is second at 11. M&M's 8, Kit Kat 8, Candy Corn 8, Chocolate Bars 6.
Candy Corn at 8?
8.
So now we know this.
And
list
you know,
is
and
complete
you
garbage.
And you know, you want to know what happened here? Democrats and independents rank that at 6, but Republicans rank that at 10. Like the weighted scores.
This list is clearly garbage. If Candy Corn is even on the list.
Yeah, well, now we know that right-leaning people like Candy Corn. I mean, that might explain some of the political shenanigans going on here. We just need to cut Candy Corn completely out. That would save everyone. The real hard-hitting issues in politics are what your favorite candy is.
It just doesn't make sense.
Okay, let's look at the worldpopulationreview.com. That seems like a legit website to get this info from. Doesn't it?
Maybe.
Okay, M&M's is in the lead, followed by Skittles, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, Sour Patch Kids, Snickers, Jolly Ranchers, Twix, Starburst, Kit Kat, Swedish Fish, Milky Way, Hershey Bar. You know what's not even on here? Crunch Bar. Not even on here. And I got to say that Michigan is hard carrying Hershey's bars. It's the only state that's that color. That's so interesting. But I'm not crazy. Standard chocolate bars are enjoyed by a large population of people.
I don't know about that.
I mean, that's two separate studies that could be completely made up.
Of boring people.
Yeah, well,
they probably asked a bunch of 90-year-olds.
That would explain the candy corn thing. They're all like 90 years old. I
It's
love me
nostalgia
some
at that
candy
point.
corn. Yeah, candy corn is gross. It's not horrible, but it's just like it just punches you in the mouth when you eat it. Anyways, what I'm learning here, and as well, there's no mention of dark chocolate or white chocolate on those lists, or any candy bars that like fit that description. So, I think milk chocolate is going to take it.
Oh, you're not thinking of Japan.
True. I forgot that their
Japan loves the color white.
That Splatoon favoritism. Do you know that white chocolate is like its entire marketing when it was first released? It was by I watched a TikTok on this recently. Nestle was like it's white. That was their whole marketing campaign. It was like showing images of the chocolate being made, and then like people all dressed in white rooms and white buildings, and they're like, chocolate, but it's white. And no description on like how it's different than chocolate, because in actuality, it's made with just like oils. It's like not really chocolate because it doesn't have the cacao.
See, that's what people say, but turns out they're wrong.
What do you mean?
White chocolate is chocolate.
It's like partially chocolate.
It's like all the good stuff of chocolate.
They took out the chocolate part and they put in just the oils. I went to a chocolate factory actually, and it's been like a couple of years ago, but they explained to us the difference between the different kinds of chocolates. And dark chocolate, it's the plant, the cocoa bean, or the cocoa plant, which is actually kind of big, is made up of like two parts, and you get the different types of chocolate by mixing those two parts together. And it's like the bean and the oil, and more bean. I could be just making this up here. I don't remember which one is which, but more bean makes it darker. And so, but like a blend of the two is where you get the milk chocolate. And then if you don't have bean at all, and it's just the oil part, it's white chocolate. So they basically took the chocolate out. They're just like, it's just the chocolate oil.
They took the beans out.
It's just take the beans out.
I mean, who wants beans in their chocolate anyways?
I don't know. It is chocolate. Like
beans are for like burritos.
Dude, also saw.
I'm gonna make that a saying. Beans are for burritos.
Beans are for burritos. Also saw someone that made brownies using beans instead of milk, so you get that fiber. They used black beans. They mashed them, mixed them, put them in a stew.
And then they cooked that stew in a brownie pan.
They did. They basically took a brownie mix and then that mashed black bean stuff. And he was like, I promise you do not taste the beans at all.
I promise you there's a difference.
Yeah, there's going to be a difference. I want to try it personally. I'm willing to try anything.
I mean, if there's a difference, you're tasting the beans. They may not necessarily taste like beans per se, but you're tasting a bean.
Anywho, that's probably enough of a side tangent and deep dive into the world of chocolate. I'm obviously team milk chocolate on this one. Although I would be convinced to be team dark chocolate as well. But team white chocolate? No way. Heck no.
Oh, white chocolate's going to win again.
Next up in news, the Nintendo Music app got Legends Arceus added to the mix. I have been using the Nintendo Music app pretty regularly while at work to listen to music. It's great. They've got pre-made playlists on there that are sort of vibe based. So you're like, oh yeah, I want something upbeat, or I want to play the Nintendo Selects, whatever that means. I guess it's like Miyamoto himself picked out those ones. I don't know. But pretty good little app, I'd say. It works well. And I'm excited that it's just continuing to get more and more music.
Yeah, but where's Golden Sun?
Is it on there? It's not on there?
It is not on there.
Well,
But it should be on there.
Yeah, that's a travesty. A tragedy. Well, I guess we'll move on. We'll wait for Golden Sun. When that comes, I'll listen to the whole soundtrack just for you.
And you'll love it.
I will.
You'll
a great
never
soundtrack.
Look back. It'll be the only music you listen to. It'll be on all of your streams.
So true. So true. What's next in the news world?
Well, we got some Ridge Racer 64 on NSO now. So that's pretty cool, I assume.
I
never actually played it.
I don't know what this is. Yeah.
Or heard of it.
Never played it. But that's pretty cool, I guess. Also with NSO, we got new Super Nintendo and NES games, including Fatal Fury 2, Super Ninja Boy, and what's this one called? Suit Hakun. I don't think I'm pronouncing that right. Suda Hakun? All odd games. I mean, Fatal Fury is pretty popular. But all the games I've not heard of besides that. So. Yep. Back to you, sir. I'm tossing the basketball.
Busy watching gameplay
of Suda Hakun. Suda Hakun.
Yep. Well,
he's like a clear little guy.
Yeah, he does color stuff.
Yeah. Looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting looking concept. I think it probably just needs a remake at this point.
I'll take the next news item. We've got Phil Spencer talking about how more Xbox games will be coming to the Nintendo Switch 2. And that coincides with rumors that we'll be getting the Halo Master Chief Collection on Switch 2, which would be really exciting. A lot of people took this interview and are saying things like, "Oh, is Xbox bowing out of the console race? Are they just going to become like a games publishing studio and focus on Game Pass and trying to get Game Pass on more things?" Which, sure, they could do that, but it's pretty cool to see that they are willing to work with other companies to put their games on more platforms. And a lot of people are like, "Oh man, this ruins Xbox because they won't have exclusives." It's like, no, they're still making all that money.
Have they had any good exclusives recently?
I mean, they could if they decided, like, yeah, we don't want our games to be cross-platform. We're gonna and be like PlayStation, right? And have most of their first-party stuff developed exclusively for their system. But even PlayStation's like loosened up on that hardcore. It's like after a year, everything goes to PC. But if they did that, they would have exclusivity for everything with Activision Blizzard. What was the other big company? Bethesda. Of the whole Halo series. Like all of that stuff would be theirs. Like it wouldn't be on other platforms.
Except PC.
Yeah, and that's the thing is they're not going to not release their stuff on PC. It's Microsoft.
Yeah.
That's
So they don't like really have exclusives.
they really don't. And does that mean that they're going to bow out of the console game? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that Xbox has realized, hey, we aren't PlayStation. We aren't Nintendo Switch. We're not here to sell consoles. They're just here to sell games. And they're going to make a console, but if you have a PC, there's not going to be much reason to get that.
The console.
That
So
console.
just ease of use, essentially.
Yeah. Also, did
And
you
if your
what is
PC is
happening?
good, I guess.
What is happening to
Yeah,
your
it's
camera?
kind of blurry, huh? I was too lazy to stick my arm out.
That's weird. It's like auto focusing on a speck of dust in front of you or something. Yeah. So that's cool. I for one am okay with it. I think it's neat. I kind of wish that everybody would just kind of open up and just be like, yeah, have our IP on all these platforms. I like get it from a business standpoint of having exclusive titles, but I'm kind of hopeful that Xbox is successful in this endeavor of let's just put this everywhere, and they'll see big successes with that because that would encourage
It's
other
better for the
companies.
consumer.
It is. It is better for the consumer for you to be able to have options on which platform you can play stuff on, and you don't have to own 3 different consoles in order to play all of the top games you want to play, you know? Yeah. What else we got? That's it for Xbox news.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty much everything.
Sweet. Well, we'll keep an ear to the ground as we hear more news. But there is some rumors, so let's jump over to the rumor mill.
We'll do that eventually.
Soon. We made it to the rumor mill after an awkward and long pause. But it's okay because the people that listen to our podcast at 1.5 speed is a much shorter pause. That's really quiet. Can you turn that up? You could like hear that.
I wasn't sure if you'd want that loud.
Heck yeah. I feel like it's better. It's better jump.
Yeah. Speaking of the rumor mill Pikmin.
Did they die? What's happening to the rumor mill Pikmin?
It's a dangerous job to be a Pikmin.
Well,
can you imagine if they all yelled like that instead of just the horrifying ghost sound? If they're all like begging for their lives.
I mean, it
like
is already a
them
horrifying sound
as they're getting eaten.
Yeah, if they just like let out a human scream.
And then just like begging. It'd be so traumatizing.
That would be quite the game. Pick rated M Pikmin.
Someone has to have made a mod like that.
So there is a rumor going around that we will be getting a direct in this new month of February. And the speculation is that it will cover. Well, let's look here. We'll see more info on Xenoblade Chronicles X, which comes out in March. And we'll probably see more because we don't really know if there's anything third party coming out for these last couple months before Switch 2 launches. So that's kind of where a lot of people are like, we really don't have anything right now. So what are your thoughts here? You think we'll see a direct?
I mean, it does seem kind of odd to have a direct so soon before the Switch 2 Direct.
That's what I was thinking.
But at the same time, I mean, they will want people to know about the Switch's last hurrah kind of games. So at the same time, I feel like it would make sense for them to have some sort of Direct before. In other words, I have no idea what I'm talking about.
We've only done this podcast.
Like I just did devil's advocate against my own opinion and convinced myself.
Done this podcast for like 5 years, so we should be experts by now on when directs will come. I could see it. I'm thinking maybe it's like a mini direct, just to show a few announcements, because they're going to want to hold all the rest of their cards for that Switch 2 direct reveal. Or maybe, okay, that's one route. That's the route I'm kind of thinking, is like a mini direct, something small. Or maybe it's an all-out direct in February, and it's showing games for the Switch 2. And
seems questionable.
And the April direct is just talking about the Switch 2. The hardware itself.
Could be.
But I kind of subscribe more to my first theory, and that it's like a maybe a mini direct. You know, they did those partner showcases for a while. Could be something like that. Yeah, that's my guess. So we'll get something small, if anything. But I also just, it feels like April's not that far away. That's not that far away. We only have 2 months from the time of recording this. 2 months before that comes in, and 2 months flies by.
Especially when you're old and your memory's really bad.
True. Like, what day is it? I don't even know.
Today.
But hopefully during this time as well, over on the Nintendo Palace Discord, we'll be tracking pre-orders, because people are going to want to jump on those immediately. It's going to be a nightmare. I just know it. Getting the Switch 2. If it's anything like the Switch 1.
But I've heard they're planning on having a lot more consoles ready at launch this time.
You think that we learned from our mistakes?
When
has Nintendo ever done that?
They made the Switch after the Wii U.
Yeah. But that wasn't a productions issue. The Wii? No one could find a Wii at launch? Wii U? There was plenty of those at launch. The Switch, that's the thing though. They probably had too many Wii U's and saw a real bad turnout for sales on those. And so they're like, well, we'll soft launch the Switch. Like they didn't soft launch it, but they
didn't have the confidence.
Yeah. But now they do. So maybe it'll be easy to find. There will be tons of them. I hope so. And I hope that you can trade in your Switch at like a GameStop for a good trade-in value.
Bucks.
Well, when the Switch OLED came out, I think the trade-in was like $200. And if you were like a GameStop member, it was pretty good. It was a great trade-in value. So you didn't have to pay nearly as much for a new OLED. I didn't do that. I kept mine, but I'd be willing to trade in one of my Switches because I have like 4.
Yeah. Do you think they'll take an original Switch trade-in?
Not for as much as they would for an OLED, but maybe they
like
do a trade-in.
$10 would be my guess.
Yeah, I'm hopeful, because that would be certainly helpful for getting a new system. Because, I mean, we already maybe got way more political than we ever have on this show, talking about
chocolate.
But current economics and current policies, at least for us here in the United States, are there's going to be like tariffs on imported goods. So I feel like the Switch is going to be even more expensive than it was going to be. I'm nervous. I'm nervous is what I'm trying to say. I'm nervous about price and if I want to buy more than one console because I have a family and we all want to play games and I don't want to share. Well, we just have a lot of us. Five of us that all play Switch. It's a lot.
But only one of you that gets to play Switch 2.
That's why I'm getting at least two systems. And I hope there's more color variations so that they're not the exact same ones. Just two of the exact same Switch. I guess we shall see. But that's what's going on in the land of rumors. I'm hopeful that we do have a direct. It would be fun to have something to talk about in the lead up to April 2nd. All the people that would be like honing in and watching, we'll do this too, probably. We'll be like, look, does that look like it's 4K graphics? Is this a Switch 2 title that they're showing?
Like, how will I know? I don't have a 4K monitor. Actually, I don't know. Maybe this one is. I got it from Eli. It's definitely better than my old monitor. Although it's his old monitor, so how good could it really be?
Who knows? Who knows? That's all we got in the rumor mill, Micah. So what do you say we jump over to the secret segment? That's right. It's time for the secret segment. This week's segment was suggested by Fedorable Will. And he says, Switch 2 is real. Console comes with new chances to have.
Oh, you're like cutting out a bit.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. After you said the Switch is real, or Switch
it's
2.
It's real. I'm being censored.
And then you just faded away.
With the new console comes a new chance to have weird hardware accessories. Come up with some ridiculous hardware that could pair with a game that Nintendo realistically could do. For example, the Star Fox build a ship thing they did, or the leg straps for Nintendo Switch Sports. So let's come up with some redonkulous accessories that Nintendo would actually do.
I mean, I'm still waiting for the heartbeat monitor.
The vitality sensor. I said the same thing.
Oh, yeah.
Because it's got a C port on top now. It's got a USB-C port. To plug that vitality sensor right in there. And fitness tracking. Nintendo is going to have some sort of health game. They always do. They always do. Like, I'm trying to think of a system that didn't have. I mean, it really starts with the Wii, with Wii Fit. But prior to that, they had, like, even back on, like, was it the Super Nintendo that had, like, the sports game with, like, a dance pad sports?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
That. I think it was the 64.
That was for the 64? And then GameCube had Mario Mix DDR, which...
Oh, true. And
I will say
that's a real good workout on that.
I will say that's their workout game. But yeah, Switch.
But then again, the 64 had Hey You Pikachu, and that's like really bad for your mental health.
They had to.
Pikachu's relatively obedient up until you finish the tutorial.
Yeah, and then he
becomes the worst.
All out the window. Pikachu's like, I'm done listening to this guy. He doesn't even know how to say the words. He doesn't know the commands. Okay, so weird accessories. You want a vitality sensor. You're here for the vitality sensor. The thing about the vitality sensor, though, is like now everybody just has stuff that does that with their phone. Like so many like Fitbit, smartwatch.
Well, just hook it up to your let them hook that up to the Switch too.
Did you know that there was a pedometer that they released?
The Heart Gold, Soul Silver.
Yes, that one came first, I believe. And then they had extras of those. So they released a game that was like just a walking game where you played as Mii's. Mii walking game. Personal trainer walking. Nintendo DS. Very odd, but it was just you carried it around and then you connected it, and it connected with Wii Fit U, so you could track your steps. I could see them bringing all this tech together to make something that's like maybe they just bring back Wii Fit. Maybe Wii Fit 2 for Switch 2. That would be something. And they resell.
Also use
they sell a new
adventure equipment.
They sell a new balance board. I say all this and I'm like, there's no way. There's no way they'd make another Wii balance board. That would be. I mean, I'd lose my mind. I would get hyped for that for sure. What else? What else could they do? So they're going to have some.
What else could they do that they haven't already done? Is the problem?
I think I'm surprised that there's not been weights. You can't buy like a weight set.
That's dangerous.
Why is that dangerous?
Weights are dangerous.
Like an adjustable weight set that you can put the Joy-Con into. I thought this should have been on the Wii. Honestly, like Wii-based exercise equipment where it would.
Joy-Con aren't like crazy sturdy. They should not be used as the bar that has weights on either end.
No, but it tracks. It would be a bar with a slot so that you can track the motion, and you're actually doing the workout.
Yeah. Once again, weights are dangerous and kind of expensive.
Yeah, that's
plastic.
That's probably the reason that they went with a fitness band with the Ring Fit type thing. They just do Ring Fit too. New ring.
Bigger ring.
A bigger ring.
It's a hula hoop.
Yeah. Okay, there you go. That's our first like solid idea there. The Switch 2 hula hoop. And it's got hula hooping games. It seems so limited.
Yeah, that's
it. I think we could see a camera attachment. Like the Game Boy camera.
Or that just be part of the Switch 2.
I mean, they showed. I didn't see anywhere there that it looked like it would have a camera.
Maybe that's just what they want you to think.
Yeah, it's like surprise. There's a camera on the back.
And then it takes a picture after it yells surprise.
Yeah, some AR games would be really. That would actually be wild and cool. Walk around Pokemon Snap in the wild. That's kind of built off of the Pokemon Go framework. That could be cool. That could be exciting and interesting. What else? Other weird accessories. I think they should make another Wii Zapper. Or not Wii, just the Zapper. A gun. In today's climate, that might not fly.
Is that a ridiculous hardware?
A gun? I think that's pretty ridiculous.
I mean, they've already done it. I'm thinking glasses. They have a game that just tests your vision.
What would it do? What would the glasses do?
I don't know. You just look cool while testing your vision.
What about like
I don't know. They just have some very cheap lenses.
What about like VR? So they sell like a headset and then
the Switch slides in.
Yeah, Switch slides in.
That's just the Virtual Boy. They already did that.
They already did that. To much success. Well, that would be interesting too, because then you could play Virtual Boy. NSO
So
bringing in a Virtual Boy. I could see them selling something like that. I'm surprised that didn't happen for the Switch. I mean, it kind of did with Labo. They had the Labo VR, but that was like a toy. Like, oh, hold it up to your eyes. Whoa, that was crazy.
yeah.
But I think the thing with VR is that it limits your market because there is no VR that is approved for like children under 12. I think 10 is Meta's recommended use. So it kind of could be a little dead on arrival with VR, especially if you're marketing towards families with kids.
Yeah.
Maybe what we can do is that thing that we've talked about in the past, and it's a board game. It's a board that you can attach your Switch to, and then you can play board games virtually with friends. So maybe it's like...
Wait, so how would it work?
That's as far as I got in the thought process, honest. If I'm being honest.
Game that you attach your Switch to.
So it's like a digital board that I guess you could just use.
So you just have the digital board on the Switch?
I guess you could just use the Switch. That would be, but that's not big. That's like not big enough to be a board. Hold on. We're cooking here a little bit. A projector. A projector attachment. So that you can
Is that something Nintendo would sell? Or would you just get a projector?
Yeah, the Nintendo projector. And then if the controllers have like an infrared sensor, you could do like projector games. So it's like can see the game. Oh, that's
just like Duck Hunt again.
Yeah. They make Duck Hunt. Remastered Duck Hunt. I feel like that's kind of crazy and out there. What about a little device that blows cold air or hot air at you to be like immersive? Oh, I'm in a lava place, and it like blasts you with a heat.
Seems unlikely.
And it could have smells. Buy a little smell.
No, that's where it's at.
Smell-o-vision for the Switch too. It's an idea. He did say outrageous, ridiculous hardware, and I feel like we're fulfilling the assignment. Maybe we're not being crazy enough though.
It's a car. Yeah, for racing games. You go on the road and race.
Well, I mean, we do have you do have the Mario Kart home circuit. Mario Kart Live.
It's like that, but really big, and you drive it.
It would be really cool if they just released a bunch of tech that you could insert the Joy-Cons onto or the Switch into to make it like we're partnering with Peloton, and they make like a bike that is compatible with the Switch, so you can play Switch games. Okay, I know I keep making shocked faces as ideas come to me. I bought this thing at a thrift store a few weeks ago at this point. Man, over a month ago now, actually. My concept of time is so bad that I'm like,
time is an illusion.
Yeah. But it's exercise pedals that go under your desk, and you use those pedals to it's as like a little light exercise.
You power your computer with it?
No, you don't power your computer with it. It's just light exercise that you can do while working.
They
and
should
they're
attach it up to like a phone bank,
well,
battery
like
bank.
yeah, one side you can play while you can use it while sitting, and then if you flip it around, you can use it while standing. So I could see them making little things of that. That's like I don't know how much those are normally, like $100, but you make that with like a Wii
That's a
Fit,
lot.
like a Wii Fit style game, then you'd have that's something. It's small and compact, and they could sell that. It is expensive though, so maybe yeah, I'm talking myself out of it as we go.
That's a cool concept.
Okay, my pitch for an outrageous idea:
A lightsaber.
Skylanders, but with amiibo. Everybody tried this already. You had Skylanders. They did like the Disney Infinity. But now it will be a Nintendo-based game where you use amiibo as the characters. They even tried this with Animal Crossing on the Wii U. What was that game called? Amiibo Festival? Amiibo Festival. But it would be a party game, a Nintendo party game that you use amiibo as the like player characters for. And so they sell just the little device that you can put multiple of them on, and then that plugs into the Switch. That's my pitch. I think they have the infrastructure for it already.
They have the capabilities.
Yeah. And if that had like online, that would be wild. That could be something interesting. Remember when they did that play test of a game?
Oh yeah.
That neither of us got into? Maybe that's
anything about that.
No.
I feel like my camera has made me extra white. I swear I'm not this pale.
Sure.
It looks like I've never seen daylight.
My camera was also making me extra pale. So the light in front of me here has been adjusted to make me look more human. It's like a pinkish light right now.
Still.
You just need to get one of these fancy color changing bulbs that you can just like adjust the light on.
I wonder what weird settings I can edit this with. It looks like none. Although I could touch up my appearance.
That made the background greener. Huh. Did that change anything?
We may never know.
Odd. I think that's enough with the secret segment. Do you have any other last minute suggestions, ideas for Nintendo?
And a bowling ball.
Yeah. You put the controller in the bowling ball to simulate bowling.
It's obviously like a foam, essentially, that you actually bowl.
That'd be awesome. What if they made like a gun arm for Metroid Prime 4?
You put your hand into?
Yeah, you put your whole hand into. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Someone should make that. Even if that's not made, I think we should make that. That would be a great video. That would be a fantastic video. 3D print an arm to put the Joy-Con into and then play the game. Oh yeah, you gotta adjust so that we
speaking
can...
of 3D printing.
Buff Yoshi back there.
Oh, yeah, Buff Yoshi to be
He's
visible.
Absolutely jacked back there. Well, thank you so much for the secret segment suggested by Fedorable Will. If you want to suggest us a segment that we don't look at in advance, we bring our discussion points on the fly. If you want us to do that for a topic, enter that in over on our Discord. Links in the description of every episode to join the Discord. All right, Micah, the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time for the PAL topic. Pal topic bumper? What is that bumper for, though? Oh yeah, well, that was last
the
week.
community corner.
That was last
Is
week.
what I clicked.
Last week we asked you is what we've been putting there. Which we do have. I'll address that at the end though. We don't have a full segment dedicated to it. This segment is the Pal topic. It's a new topic every week, and this week we are going to be going over would you rather's for Nintendo Switch 2. And we have asked ChatGPT to come up with would you rather suggestions. And I do want to point out, I was talking to Mike about this in the pre-show. I asked it to do this on a new conversation topic, and it was like, you and Micah could talk about this thing unprompted. I didn't say that I am one of the Nintendo pals, but it knows. That's freaky.
It has access
That's
to
weird.
all, like, I mean, you're in the Nintendo Pals account.
It is under the Nintendo
Even
Pals
if it's
account.
a new one, I guess it apparently
Remembers
has access to all of it.
Remembers. You guys could talk about this. Well, it makes me it makes me worried for the state of AI that it knows us so intimately, that it knows who I podcast with. But let's go through this. First up here, the first would you rather question. Would you rather the Switch 2 have a 10-hour battery life but no online, or always be online but require charging every 2 hours? That's tough.
I'm not quite sure what it means when always online. Like, 'cause I assume that doesn't mean that you'd have to be in a place where there was internet, right? You just always had online capabilities.
Yeah. Or you can't do anything unless you're connected to the internet. Which
That
I
sounds
think
terrible. So I'm just going
yeah.
to assume it means you can always connect to the internet.
Well, I mean, that's been something people have talked about for forever, is like, what if they made like a Switch that was a portable hotspot, essentially? But then you would have to pay for a service,
Yeah.
right? Because that's going to be done through some sort of carrier. I don't know. I'd be tempted to do that if that was the case, because it would be really nice to be able to play online from almost anywhere.
Yeah. From that basketball court on a plane.
Yeah. It'll be just like they said in the first Switch commercials. So what would you rather have? You want the 10-hour battery life with no online, or always online, the 2-hour battery life?
I mean, I generally don't run into charging issues. I think my Switch only lasts like 4 hours or something. I got the old school one, so the battery's not very good. So depending on the game, even less. So, I mean, not having online would be kind of a deal breaker, because then you can never play games with friends online.
Yeah.
So I got to go with the bad battery life, but online.
I think I also have to go with that. I don't like it, though. I don't like the idea of it always having to be online, because the only way you can reasonably do that is if you have, one, a paid service, or two, you're not actually playing on the go. You're always connected to Wi-Fi somewhere.
Yeah. Which,
and
I mean,
like,
essentially I am. I don't really play on the go that much.
yeah, but like reasonably, anybody that's playing the Switch on like travel or anything wouldn't be able to play it at all.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would. This is a problem I run into frequently because I have so many digital games, and my kids will be like, "Oh, I want to play this game." And since we have 4 Switches, got 2 OLEDs, a standard, and the Switch Lite. I'm not trying to flex on everybody here. I'm just giving the library here. But we only have one of those set as the primary system, and that one can play online that one can play any game that it has on it without checking if it's available to play. But all the other ones will have to check They have to be like, oh, checking to see if this game can be played. So if they fix that problem and you could just play, but the reason they have that there is so that people don't just family share all of their games like what's happening on Steam or is happening on Steam currently. They're trying to make you buy multiple copies of a game instead of just playing it. But it looks like both of us are going for the short battery life, but always online. Okay. Would you rather the console only play remasters or only have brand new IPs? So no Mario, Zelda, etc.
But at the same time, the first one would be no new versions of those anyways. They'd be all old ones.
Yeah.
So I definitely got to go with only new IPs.
I think I'm in the same boat as you on this one. That would suck.
They're like, horrible.
We are no longer going to be making Mario games or Zelda games or Pokemon. All of that's getting thrown out the window. So we can start from
just don't call them Mario. Mario.
Yeah, you could just like flip it upside down, and then it could be Wario. Oh, dang it!
Sideways. Ario.
3 Ario. Would you rather Joy-Con drift be worse but free to fix, or rare but cost $200 to repair?
How rare are we talking?
I don't know.
I mean, to be fair, I had
also the fact
Joy-Con that was free to fix.
So
and I
bad.
Never sent it in.
It's so bad that ChatGPT is making this question.
Knows about it.
Yes. Nintendo's never going to live that down. If these don't work, if there's Joy-Con drift, it will be Armageddon. There will be so many lawsuits. People will be so mad.
Yeah, I think I'll just go with the more rare. Just hope it doesn't happen to me.
I think I will also go more rare. That's kind of how it is now.
That's kind of how little controllers are.
Yeah. But if it costs $200 to repair, at that point, you might as well just go buy a new pair. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Because the process, I have sent in Joy-Cons to be fixed. It takes a long time. It's like weeks. And they've closed down a lot of the repair shops. Are part of the world. So, okay. Now, these next ones are broken up into categories here. The categories are hardware and features, games and exclusives, online and subscriptions, weird and chaotic. What category would you like? Sure. You want that one? Okay.
Weird and chaotic.
Would you rather the Switch 2 be voice controlled only or require motion controls for every menu selection?
Like voice controlled being like to play the game? Or for the menus?
I think this is just for the menus. This is just for the menus.
What kind of motions we talking about? Like you got to tap dance for
It'd be
30
like,
seconds to go left.
No. It'd be like the Wii. Like how you can't start up any games without having a sensor bar. That's why I'm thinking. And that was pretty awful. I don't miss that. I was telling someone the story the other day, though, about how you played an entire game using a lamp and the reflection of that lamp as the IR sensor.
Yeah. And not just any game, a shooter.
What game was it?
It was the Conduit 2.
You played the Conduit 2? So
maybe it was the first one. I think it was the second.
This friend from work was telling me it was a very similar story. I was like, this is really funny. My best friend and podcast co-host did the same thing that you did. But what this coworker did, he had candles. He bought and lit 2 candles, and he played all of Zelda with candles.
That's hilarious. You gotta change those out. Those melt.
You have a limited time to beat the game before the candles run out. That's actually such a hype idea. Oh my gosh.
Put
I'm
that on your list.
100% going to do that for a stream.
And even better, you have the candle above you. So it just drips wax on you as you play. You always have to be afraid.
Like hot wax dripping down on me as I'm playing. That's some Japanese game show type stuff going right there. Okay, voice controlled or motion controls only for the menus?
I think I'll go motion controls.
I think we go. I'm very sorry to all of the accessibility people that this would hurt, but I'll go voice command only.
You're a monster.
But
so imagine controls... you're starting it up at a funeral. And now you'll have to be like, go to settings.
Play Legend of Zelda. Volume down.
Too loud. Volume down.
Volume down. What would they would have like an AI, right? Like Siri or Cortana. What would it be? Navi. Be like, Navi.
Oh yeah.
Navi, turn it down.
Hey, listen.
Dude, AI integration on the Nintendo Switch 2 and its name is Navi. That'd be so cool. I don't even know what it would do, but I would love that.
It would be cool.
All right. So that's our first one we split on. I'm going to pick from the category of games and exclusives. Would you rather the Nintendo Switch 2 launch with an open world Mario game or an open world Pokemon game with every region?
That would be pretty big. But I don't know.
These are like two of my favorite game series in the world.
We got kind of an open world Pokemon game-ish already.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be interested in what they would. I mean, I kind of know what they would go with for Pokemon if they made open world, but
what would they do
with Mario?
With Mario,
so I think I would go with that, just because I'm curious how they would do it.
Yeah, an open world Mario Odyssey, like with that movement. Mario Odyssey's movement is so good. It's so fun to play. I could.
Reminds me a lot of Mario Sunshine.
I would love an open world Mario Sunshine game. No, that's
water-powered vehicles.
I think I'm gonna go with the open world Pokemon game with every region. That would be huge.
Too many regions, though.
Yeah,
it'd be really too much game.
Yeah, it'd be like a Xenoblade game. 200 hours long. Yeah, that would be really cool. I would love to see them revisit Kanto, Johto, but it's like open world. What do you need, Midna? She's over here meowing at me. I don't know what she's wanting. But she's needing something. All right. What category you want next, Micah?
2. Category 2.
That is games and exclusives.
I changed my mind. Categories 3.
Wait.
Is that a good one? Categories 2.
Oh, we can do categories 3.
I'm going to be honest. I didn't remember what the categories were. Which one was which. So,
online and subscriptions. Would you rather the Switch 2 have free online but take 10 minutes to load a multiplayer match?
Oh.
Or have perfect online but cost $20 a month?
Oh.
Excuse me? That's pretty dang good. Perfect online for $20 a month? Currently, it's like $20 a year, though, right?
Perfect. Yeah. That's a lot. I don't got that kind of money.
Yeah, you got to think that's like
I mean, what you play?
$240 a year. It's like the cost of a new system, almost.
It's like $1,000 over the life, even if it has a short life.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I will pay $20 a month if it means avoiding 10-minute load times for matches.
Depends on what online game you're playing. I mean, Risk of Rain, you could have like an hour and a half run. That's not crazy to wait 10 minutes. You just got to plan ahead.
Horrible. That'd be horrible. I don't think I could wait 10 minutes for anything to load ever. I'd just be so mad. Yeah. I think this is an easy, I'm paying $20 a month for Perfect Online. I know that's a lot, but like, heck, I'll like skip a meal for a week.
I would have to skip
your whole month.
Like 30 meals.
Where are you eating that you are eating for less than $1 per meal? That's crazy.
Top ramen's
30
cent packets. Rice, crazy cheap.
Rice is
I can
crazy
get a
cheap.
$1 can of
and
beans.
Pretty filling.
Yeah, I get a $1 can of beans, and I eat that with chips, and that's like 3 meals.
Dude, no wonder you're losing so much weight. You're eating like super low calorie food.
Well, there's the oatmeal. Those are 20 cents each.
Well, oatmeal's kind of high calorie. But I've been eating a lot more rice since doing the calorie deficit. It's good.
Yeah, rice is good.
And you can get some sauces that are also pretty dang healthy. And also taste good. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
I guess I'd probably go with the $20 a month thing. I just wouldn't get it often.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, I'll be like, hey, we gonna play games this month?
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't be. Or you get the family plan where it's like 8 of you for $20 a month. That's more reasonable, I think.
They got some sort of family plan, because I'm currently paying like $8 a year.
Yeah.
On the family plan or something.
Yeah. Okay, next one. I'm gonna jump back to the weird and chaotic. Would you rather the Switch 2 have graphics so realistic it makes Mario look unsettling? Or have graphics so pixelated it looks like an NES game? I'm going to be real with you, Micah.
Unsettling.
I'll take the unsettling. I'll take it.
Yeah.
If it's so realistic that it's unsettling, that's got to be pretty good graphics.
Oh, for sure.
I'm thinking like Polar Express, like Uncanny Valley.
Not that good. I was thinking Mr. Mime from the Pokemon movie.
Micah, you're muted. Did you?
What?
What happened? We lost Micah.
Or did your headset break?
Or is it me? It's not me.
Are you sure? Hello?
Is it working now?
I don't know.
Nope, it's not working. We've lost Micah entirely. His microphone died.
I think it might be on your end.
Here. I don't know. We've never had this happen before.
Did you hear that?
I still can't hear him. He's gone forever. Can you hear me?
Yes.
I didn't hear the bumper.
Ooh. Sounds like a you problem.
Okay, I'll refresh. I'll refresh for me. I'm going to leave, and then you can add me back in. I'm back.
Can you hear me?
And I still can't hear you. Oh
Huh.
no! What's happening?
It shows my mic is being picked up.
Just me. It is just me. It's not working. That's so weird. I'm sorry to ruin the episode, everybody.
Metroid Dread est ludus frustrans e laboriosus. Mundus eius obscurus e inextricabilis est, ubi omnia pericula
I
megantur.
don't know what to do to
Puncta
fix.
in hoc ludo sunt difficultate et incommodo plena. Adventura tibi molestiam magisquam gaudium
Just
aferet.
change your lights to pink. Hello.
Micah? I can hear
Are
you.
dumb?
Yes. I'm extremely dumb. Somehow, when I guess I turned my head and I turned the volume completely down on my headphones.
That's funny.
That's like a solid 2 minutes of me being an imbecile. I'm sorry, everybody. Okay. Where were we? Let's just jump right back into it. Would you rather
Actually, don't even remember.
realistic graphics or NES graphics?
Oh yeah, definitely realistic. Oh yeah, and then I was thinking of Mr. Mime from the Pokemon movie, unsettling.
Yeah, that would be more entertaining than NES graphics. NES graphics aren't bad though.
But you can't have like 3D games really
Right.
like and know what's going on.
Right. Okay. What category would you like next? Reminder,
Let's
we
do
have
that same one.
weird, chaotic, online subscriptions, games and exclusives, and hardware and features. We haven't done any.
Let's do hardware and features. We haven't done that one yet, right?
Yeah. Would you rather the Switch 2 only have digital games or only support cartridges the size of VHS tapes?
Digital. I don't.
Bro,
Think of how big the Switch would have to be.
I would love that. That is
No, you
so
would not.
awesome.
The Switch,
A
it would have
VHS
it would have to be
cartridge.
It would have to be 3 times bigger just
We'd
to hold the
never
cartridge.
lose. We'd never lose the games ever.
Actually, I think it'd have to be more than 3 times bigger just to fit the cartridge.
You could have a library of like all of those old VHS organizers. Bring them back.
I don't believe you actually think this would be good.
I do love the idea of digital only. It's those are the two choices: is a digital copy of the game or a freaking block. It's like awesome. That's awesome. I do. I'm gonna go. I'd rather it. No. I'd rather it be VHS style between those two. That's way funnier. But I do wish that the cartridges were bigger. I think that they are a little too small, a little too easy to misplace and lose. I would like them to be the size of a Game Boy Advance cartridge or Game Boy Color cartridge.
Could see that, I guess.
Yeah.
The VHS, yeah, your pack that holds like 40 games or whatnot, be the size of your car.
Dude, can you imagine the collection? Collectors would be like, honey, we've got to buy it's
a filing cabinet.
It's not a filing cabinet. What are those
the filing
called?
Cabinet would be the travel version.
What are those called? Like a China hutch? You'd have to buy like the freaking like huge. Oh, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I don't care what you have to say about it. It's great. I'm going to go from that same category because that was a great question. Would you rather the Switch 2 be as powerful as a PS5 but cost $800, or be a slight upgrade from the original Switch but cost $200?
$200, please.
You'd like the slight upgrade.
Yes.
That's tough. People will argue about this exact point. I actually had a conversation with a coworker that was like, who was like, I'd say that most adults don't play the Switch. Most adults play blah blah blah. That was his argument, and I was like, I don't think that's true. I think that the Switch has a large adult audience. Like, yeah, but if they have a Switch and a different console, they'll probably go to that other console before they go to the Switch, right? I was like, I don't know. I don't think that's necessarily true either. It depends on the games, right? That's why my thought process. But where I'm going with this is like, there are people that would really love a Switch that's as powerful as a PS5 and would pay like $1,000 for it. And I think I'm one of those people.
But just think, you'd have to buy 4 of them.
But I also am okay with it being. I am still firm that I do not think that the Switch is underpowered, even if there is newer and flashier and better hardware, and it could be more powerful than it is. It is as powerful as it is to keep its costs down really cheap. So there's like, it fills that market where it's like, it's an affordable game console more so than the other game consoles. So can I have both? Can we have like Switch and the Switch Pro, like the Switch Pro that's like more powerful? But then if you have both, then you're making games towards both, and that's the problem with Xbox this generation. Is like Baldur's Gate, they were like, we can't make it on the Series S. We can't make it go there, and they had to negotiate with them to be able to only release on one. But if it was an $800 system, it would not be successful. That's the other thing. So for me personally, I would love a Switch 2 that's as powerful as a PS5 Pro. That's $800. But I think for the good of the system as a whole, the other option is probably better. Slight upgrade at $200. $200 is cheap too.
Yeah.
So that's a roundabout way of saying I'll pick option 2 for the good of the system, because if the system sells well, we get more games. Or if you make a really powerful system but nobody buys it, then that system fails and you don't get games for it. And that's what happened to the PlayStation Portable. Cool systems. Both PSP and the PS Vita were very cool systems that had a lot of tech and were very powerful handheld devices, but they just were too expensive. I think that's like a perfect example of the problem there. But if you do like kind of a mix thing with like what the Steam Deck does, like the Steam Deck isn't trying to take the Switch's market, right? They're a portable PC and also not Steam's main thing. It's like a side thing, so it doesn't have to sell 200 million units for Steam to still exist and be successful. So, yeah. That's where I'm at with that one. I would love though for a super I mean, I bought the Switch OLED. I would buy a fancier version of the Switch that's just better hardware. But if they're making both, then the games wouldn't really necessarily be targeted.
Yeah, they wouldn't take full advantage of it at least.
Yeah, that's the trade-off there. All right, we maybe do like one or two more.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right. What do you want? Categories are hardware, games, online, and weird.
Let's go with games.
Okay. We're not going to do this one because I know the answer already. Would you rather Nintendo release a new F-Zero but cancel all future Metroid games, or release a new Metroid but never make F-Zero again?
That's a tough one.
I know.
Let me think
I just
about
think
that
that's
for a little
funny.
bit. Never make another F-Zero.
I guess
Give
ChatGPT
me
doesn't
Metroid.
know you that well. Would you rather the only launch title for Switch 2 be Wii Music 2, or a brand new Mario game, but it's a dating sim?
Give me that dating
Give
Mario
me that
game.
Mario dating sim, brother. Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Wii Music.
So
Wii
funny.
Music was bad, but not like it felt like it was close to being something kind of cool.
Yeah, had potential.
Yeah, I mean a Nintendo-based like rhythm game, but they just did it so poorly. Where it's like you just push single button, and so that's just like I don't know. It's just like not that fun. Very boring, very quickly. So maybe a sequel would be good, but I would take a Mario dating sim over a new Wii Music any day. All right, here's the last one from me, and I'm gonna go down to weird and chaotic. Would you rather? Then this is just for me. I know what your answer is going to be. Would you rather Nintendo only release games featuring Waluigi as the protagonist, or have every game be narrated by Toad in his highest pitched voice?
I mean, this one's obvious, right? Give me that Toad.
Long ago, the ancient islands were taken to the sky. Toad would be so
Is that awesome that would be? Awesome is.
What's a game with like a lot of narration?
The Stanley Parable.
The Stanley Parable. This is the story of a man named Stanley. Tomorrow. I would love if Nintendo released oldie games with Waluigi as a protagonist. That would be so funny.
Even The Legend of Zelda?
Heck yeah. Heck
Metroid?
yeah. Heck yeah. Oh man,
Switch Sports?
Yep. Everything. Just like everything Waluigi. Remember that time they did the Year of Luigi? Like they released like a bunch of Luigi games? They should do that for Waluigi.
No. I don't think they need to.
Okay, let's come. We'll do one more here. This is very fitting. Okay, would you rather the Switch 2 have an AI assistant like Siri, but it's just an extremely sassy version of Navi, or let you use your Mii as an in-game commentator for every game? I kind of think of that as like he's in the corner reacting like a live streamer.
Okay, maybe you should dodge that next time.
Yeah, it's just like it uses your voice too. It's just like, wow, dude, you're kind of playing horrible. What are you doing? That would be so funny. Someone should make a game where that happens, where like the narrator's just constantly just like
you have to give voice clips so it sounds like you.
Yeah, and he just constantly like belittling you, like
it pretends to be your inner voice.
Oh man. This
is boss music comes on, it's like, oh crap, I know what this means.
It's Narrator Toad coming
you
for
come
me.
across a save point and a bunch of heals. You're like, oh no.
Oh, that would be
That'd be
so weird.
But I'm definitely gonna go with the AI Navi.
Yeah, I would love to have an AI Navi. That's like
'Cause
sassy
your
too.
thing sounds kind of funny, or the other thing sounds kind of funny, but also very game and immersion breaking for a lot of things.
Well, is Navi just there for every game too?
I assume not.
Hey,
As long as you don't say anything out loud, they can't respond.
that would be
It's the rules of AI.
AI Navi is such a good idea. Nintendo, make it happen. That would be so great. Even people that hate Navi would love that just because it's just such a funny execution of AI. Like, yeah, let's do that. Well, anywho, I think that's going to put a wrap on this episode of Nintendo Pals. Would we rather? We rathered. And to end off the episode, Micah, last week we asked, what should we do to end out the episodes? And we got a suggestion. Once again, we got a submission from Fedorable Will. It says, sign off episodes with a fake sponsor plug or special thanks. And the example is, and I want to give a special thanks to the stamp guy in Echoes of Wisdom for being the ink on our rubber when we needed him the most. I'm going to have ChatGPT generate us. Can you generate us a fake ad to put at the end of the episode for some in-world Nintendo thing? Make it like a real ad read, though. In the meantime, Micah, where can people find us?
You can find us on Patreon, YouTube, and Spotify, and all those other app listening places.
Don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on your podcast listening app of choice. Yeah. And here is our closing ad read. Today's episode was brought to you by Koopa Cafe, the Mushroom Kingdom's #1 coffee chain. Are you tired after a long day of stomping Goombas, dodging blue shells, and failing that one Mario Maker level for the 50th time? You need a cup of Koopa Cafe TM. Brewed fresh every morning from 100% ethically sourced fire flowers, Koopa Cafe comes in 3 exciting blends: Bowser's Bold Roast, Lakitu's Cloud Latte, and Super Mushroom Macchiato. Macchiato? How do you say that? I don't know how to say that.
That sounds legit.
So next time you're feeling the next time you're feeling one up short, grab a cup of Koopa Cafe and power your day.
It's got rhymes.
And then this here says, in a fast disclaimer voice, Koopa Cafe is not responsible for accidental fireball spitting, sudden speed boosts, or unexpected invincibility. Please consult your nearest toad if symptoms persist. Yoshi-friendly options available upon request.
Nice.
And then it's like, would this work? And it gives like a laughing emoji. That was fantastic. That was perfect. Thank you. And we will see you guys in the next episode. Peace out.